However, you get into the quarterfinals, you got to make your way all the way to the grand finals, especially if you're going on the prediction that Gibbs. Everybody thinks that G2, or at least Gibbs and Johnny, think G2 are going to make it. It's definitely a solid prediction against EnVy, who rely a lot on Mist. I think that's the talk surrounding EnVy is, you know, how impactful is Mist going to be, and that's going to determine their success.
Atomic, low shot, read by Rizzo. And Atomic, one of those players, if he can turn it up, he has that ability to carry as well. So this EnVy team, you know, lately they've had a little struggles here and there, but they have all the components. And if they decide to turn it up here and now, like we saw NRG do earlier, they could go all the way.
Yeah, and you've always got that question of when's Atomic gonna pop off? Almost does. There. We get the final shot from Mist. I was confused for a second because that initial drop down from Turbo. Look at this touch. That was such a pretty pass.
And JDAP
to
still
Atomic.
saves it.
Yeah, I don't know how.
So EnVy will get on the board first. Mist cleaning that one up. And I don't know which player has it, but I hear a cat engine sound.
Oh, I hear it too. Somebody.
I think it might be Turbo.
Oh, of course it is. Of course it's Turbo. That's what we expect. And Rizzo now the save. How are we getting so many last-second saves from the boys? They turn into a goal. Excuse me. What is happening on the defensive side? It seems like one save leads all the way now to another goal line hit.
And that was a very good breakout from G2. JNap's getting that pass from Rizzo, immediately turning on it. And so we've got a 1-to-1 game, first minute. This one neck and neck. You wonder if the whole series will turn out this way, or if G2 will continue to dominate like we have seen them dominate in the grid. Chicago loses that 50 out to the middle, but Rizzo be able to pop it up high. Atomic off the wall. Gets it to Mist. Mist. Turned aside by Rizzo. Chicago can't clear it. Atomic with the 50. Rizzo, how much boost does he have? Nothing. That's why he was taking an awkward line on that ball. Turbo's engine sound is going to drive me crazy.
Yeah, that's literally the only thing I'm focusing on right now. I can't snap out of it.
Can't even think.
I'm in the middle of a thought, and then I just hear that engine sound, and everything goes blank.
Missed. Trying to carry this ball upfield. Turbo doesn't get much of a clear. Chicago will punish him for it.
Look at this read, too, from Chicago. I think that first hit was spectacular. To put it on net, force somebody on the defensive side, which was Turbo, to go for the save. You got to touch that. Not the best clear, and Chicago's there to capitalize. And it was a good reaction, too. That's a quick one where you have to focus instantly on where that ball is going to go. And instead of prioritizing boost, just goes for the response. So good look so far from G2 as they take the lead. About half the game left. And I think this is more of what I expected. I think EnVy, you know, whenever they're not all popping off and we're just relying on Mist and that defense, he can't stop out, you know, JNap's and Chicago both. That's going to be almost too big of a task for him alone to deal with. And look at the passing. This time it's not Chicago and JNap's, but Rizzo and JNap's.
I love this play from Rizzo. He goes up like he's going to take a shot. JNap's in the wings. Mist didn't even recognize it. And before you know it, Rizzo's dropping that right down to JNap's. That was perfect.
And there's so many times, too, for G2 where the shooter there, JNap's, would actually go for a demo. So if you're Mist and you're waiting in net, you have to worry about, okay, is JNap's going to go for the demo, or do I have to wait and try and block out the pass? In that instance, he thought somebody was going to go for a demo. He assumed Rizzo was taking a shot early on, and you just can't beat that decision-making from G2.
And a big save from Rizzo as well. Mist up in front of net, denied. Rizzo, a great game so far. JNap's scoring well. Chicago, a goal. G2 playing like we've seen them play in the grid when they win it all. Those passing plays, a trademark for G2. And you also have to watch out if Chicago starts getting physical.
Yeah.
And a big save from Chicago coming across the goal line. Those are two big saves in a very short amount of time for G2. Their defense on point. J-Naps challenging Atomic. Atomic, great speed. Missed with the 50. This one will have Atomic turn around. 50s again. Missed will turn. Can't make contact. Now J-Naps leading the counterattack with Chicago. Chicago getting 50 by, or rather taken over after the 50 from J-Naps. Almost scores it top shelf. Now a drop down pass. Rizzo. And you can see, Turtle, they're always looking for those passing lanes. G2, and they manage to hit them over and over again.
And I think one of the best things about the passing we see out of G2 is usually it can be predicted, but now as they've incorporated more demos, it kind of throws the defense off. They don't know what's going to happen. And for G2, whenever they find those passes, you also have Rizzo going for demos in the backfield, trying to take somebody out in the rotation back, or even whoever's the third man will just be a little bit more patient, maybe try and take somebody out as they're getting out of the play themselves. So it's always a question of what are G2 going to do with the ball. Previously, I think they abused the midfield pass too much to the point where all the team had to do was just put themselves in the midfield, find those passing lanes, and you're set. But now there's so many more things to consider when you're going against this G2 offense.
Like, who's going to take the shot? You had J-Naps in Chicago, both underneath the ball.
That's what I'm talking
about. Did they catch G2 out? No. Rizzo stretched for that save. And that's game. Game one going to G2. It was a smooth game for G2.
Oh, yeah.
Some lovely passes. Getting that early lead and containing it.
It does feel like you have to talk about the defensive performance, too, for G2. I think they were getting a lot of goal line saves, which is surprising. Normally, G2 always have something to challenge. Maybe their new plan is to be a bit more passive. So it seems like they're not panicking when they have somebody who's alone in defense. Even right here, we see J-Naps get that last-second save. Normally, after he gets that save, G2 can counterattack. That was the one attempt from EnVy that did work out. And look at all the plays from G2. They're all different. That's what I love about this offense right now is it's developed so much more than just simple midfield passing. It's gone into so much more complex routine plays out of G2.
Yeah, G2, they're not afraid of those complex plays, Turtle. They don't shy away from them whatsoever. I think that's what makes them so dangerous is how dynamic their offense is. They can go for those double taps off the backboard, but they might just drop it straight down or even make that back pass to an oncoming attacker. You never know where that punch is going to come from, and it leaves defenses perplexed.
Oh, what a touch from Chicago on the backboard. Really nice play there, having somebody stay up there. And that's something that I've noticed that so much more, too, within the current meta of all the players. When they're rotating out, you'll see somebody go on the backboard to get a touch back into the midfield. And usually if they can find that touch, it works so well, G2 making use of it. And we'll see if they can come out just as strong as they did in game one. That defense, a lot of responsibility on those goal line saves. But if they get it, they can go on to offense, have Chicago put a couple of shots on net and sink one.
And this was a rough touch from Turbo. Might have been trying to put it up the wall. Ends up passing it right out to Chicago in the middle. For EnVy fans, that's a tough one to see. Atomic up to Turbo. Turbo challenging. Going to be out of boost. Going for that corner. Missed over to Turbo. Turbo's shot will be saved by J-Naps. Atomic back to the middle. Rizzo out, missed. Will try to pass it over to Turbo, but Chicago was in the lane. However, Chicago gave it up back to Turbo. Ball bouncing around. Team's looking for possession. Chicago gonna blast this one all the way to the backboard. Now Atomic does the same.
What a
that might just go in. It does. Coast to coast. Atomic.
Oh my.
Off his own backboard.
Oh, this is something that I feel like would only work against G2 with how aggressive they play. You have to time that hit perfectly to get it clear with that much power. Atomic. That was a cannon off the backboard.
Atomic. That was a big play from him.
Yeah.
And now Mist beating out the defense, and EnVy will take the lead.
The long distance shooting, you see Mist, he keeps it to himself. That last touch to follow it up off the wall hit, kept the possession, then got an early shot on net, caught the third man out of place. And that's how you do it. You go up now 1 goal, 3 minutes and 28 seconds left. EnVy while it's been uncharacteristic and pretty awkward goals, they'll take it.
Rizzo going for a bump. Gets a demo eventually. And yeah, Turtle, these types of goals, maybe not the kind of goals you'd expect in a game.
Yeah.
But for EnVy, coming at a much needed time, Turbo getting bumped around, gets a hit out. Chicago,
oh no,
passed it right out to Miss, double commit, still not out of danger yet. G2 scrambling. Atomic has Mist and Turbo in the middle. Mist falling all the way back. Bit of a hard first touch. Turbo will get a piece of it. Atomic helping out also. Ball pinches out to the other side. JNap's hard off the sidewall. Rizzo, the shot! And what a shot from Rizzo! How much power did he get on this one? 91 off of the save. But what a shot!
And this game has just turned into midfield shooting. I love it. It's so fun to watch because it's not a matter of real mechanics. You just got to hit it with power. If you're going from the midfield, make sure it's on net, and you should be golden because we're catching everybody off guard in the rotation, James.
Almost a response. Chicago bailing G2 out there. And, you know, Rizzo, that was a nice shot. I saw Rizzo tweet earlier. It's never a nice shot, Rizzo. Well, it is right now. Right there.
Now we applaud him. Make sure we give him the credit he deserves.
That was a nice shot, Rizzo.
Yeah.
Indeed. Turbo tapping it over. Wanted to get the ball to Atomic. Now Turbo low on boost. Chicago gonna poke this straight up for JNaps, who's speeding in. Double tap to pass out to the middle. 50 from Rizzo. Now Atomic will take over. 1v1. Goes for the high flick.
Got it.
Chicago left in the dust.
This is what we were talking about with Atomic, man. At first, it's all about miss, but now Atomic is starting to pop off, get some spotlight himself. And it's that one tap to get it across the field so we can go for the flick. The 1v1 skills coming out. And Team EnVy now go up 1 goal. This is a weird game. This is completely opposite of the first one, where everything was super close. We had a lot of goal line saves. Now it's just midfield shooting and 1v1 plays.
And Atomic making some big plays for EnVy. We talked about Mist, or the desk talked about Mist being that player who's been doing a lot of work recently, but Atomic has stepped up in game 2.
And we've been waiting for it, for Atomic to show up and join Mist with dominating teams. And if they're going to start becoming a duo, I mean, look at Mist faking out one player. So threatening. G2 have their work cut out for them.
Chicago, the drop pass, rebound out to JNaps. JNaps shot blocked by Mist. Now Chicago, only 4 boosts, got up pad, is able to get that save. Final minute, G2 down by 1. Bounce off the corner, broken up by Mist. Chicago wanted to pass that off the backboard. Atomic will keep the clear going. Rizzo will chase this in the air. Over to JNaps. Kicks out to Chicago. Chicago dunked by Turbo. The challenges at the midfield by EnVy have been much better.
Oh, yeah. And you can see, I mean, I feel bad for any fans of G2 because you're going through the ringer right now with emotions. You see G2 have an offensive play like that, but one cutout, one interception, and it could be the end of you. And EnVy gets a goal. It just needs one tiny, tiny touch in the midfield, maybe 150, and you've got to be scared because nobody's back on G2.
Could be G2's final attack. See if they pull it off. Ball does kick up. Chicago over to JNaps. JNaps tapping it back to the middle. That win by Atomic. Turbo will get one for the road. And EnVy answer back with a game 2 win.
Turbo definitely had a choice. He could have slammed this one on the ground, but you know what? Why not get the extra goal? Carry some more momentum going to the next game. EnVy tie it up. This has been a crazy series, James. And G2, they're getting caught off guard way more now in game 1. It seems like EnVy were basically able to adapt so much stronger, realize that G2 had some holes in the defense, and capitalize.
Yeah, they've cut out that space that G2 was working with before. Yeah. They've been able to fill that with bodies, with Octanes challenging quickly, shutting down those passing plays before they happen. And then the solo plays coming out. We saw That long shot off his own backboard. Atomic.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that missile.
That's insane. Well, that's what I'm talking about with G2. They are so aggressive when they want to use all three players. You can see even the third man sometimes pushes up past that midfield line. And EnVy are taking advantage of that. Big clears, strong shots from the midfield, and that's how you punish G2.
And that was working. We'll see if EnVy can keep that going. Atomic playing a key role in game 2. They're going to need him to continue to play well if they want to take down this G2 team that has been red hot in other regional events.
You also have to credit the dribbling, too, from EnVy. You notice they take it a little bit slower. Atomic actually started that play, that 1v1 play, all the way from his defensive end. Took it slower, realized he didn't want to give away possession as soon as possible, and that's what led to the goal. So EnVy keeping their cool. See if Mist has something to say about it now on offense.
Turbo coming in for the 50, gets around him. Chicago and JNaps working together. This one out to Rizzo now, down to JNaps. JNaps shot blocked, but it kicked out to Chicago. Chicago couldn't make contact. Atomic dribbling it out. Flick pass up to Turbo, blocked by JNaps, missed. Over to the wall, Atomic had to bail out, didn't have the boost. Rizzo attacking backboard. Atomic misses, but Mist was there to get a booming clear. Center ball, pass cut out by Chicago, but it's back to Mist. Mist slowing the play down. Mind Games 1, Rizzo last back. The flick. You could see Mist wanted to hit that flick, but the ball rolled off his hood and he didn't even get any height on it.
Yeah, and that's showing how useful those dribbles are, though. If he had gotten that flick, I think that would have been a goal with the right power. So EnVy, if they keep dribbling out this game, taking it slower, they're winning all the 50s.
JNaps will go right towards net. Turbo will get the save. Chicago infield pass attempt, but Turbo intercepts. Atomic backward pass out to Mist. Mist doesn't make good contact. Now on the other end, Chicago up. Mist does very well to read that defensive play. Ball off the ceiling. Atomic only had about a third of a tank. Didn't want to commit to that ball. It's going very fast off the ceiling. They're downfield. JNaps perhaps trying to hit Rizzo. Pass too far away. Mist up in the air. Going for a shot. It's off the backboard. Rebound. Out to Rizzo now. Dribbling. Passing to the middle. JNaps airborne. The shot from JNaps. Crossbar down. An airstrike from the knapsack.
Look at how high up he got to hit this ball. He had to get over it to find that angle off the crossbar down. You can't really ask for a better shot out of JNaps. And he also had to assume the defender was going to miss because there was somebody on EnVy who had predicted that pass, didn't catch up to it, and JNaps was not fazed by it whatsoever.
And JNaps has been the finisher for G2. And now on the other end, missed! Narrowly misses. That one hit the crossbar, bounced straight down and out.
I think that's the third shot from Mist. We saw the flick earlier that didn't go his way. And then another passing play out of EnVy where Mist was on the receiving end, couldn't find it. And then there, the double tap so close. This could be it. No, blocked out from Chicago. The defense prevailing, but at what point is it just Mist accuracy that's just a little bit off right now?
Mist, you said it, Turtle, a few chances that you expect him to do more with. Coming up short on a few occasions. And when you're in a big series like this, at this stage in the tournament, can't afford to let many of those go. Chicago trying to lead a counterattack. Atomic will pop it up. Turbo low boost, just 20 to work with. Slowly takes that ball to the corner. Now Chicago will take over. Atomic keeping the ball in. Infield pass cleared out by JNaps. Missed on 0. Won't be able to do anything else after that challenge. Rizzo pops it over 1. Atomic, not the biggest clear. Chicago will go for a pass. Bounce shot. Is anyone back? Yes, Atomic stretches to make that save. And EnVy get out of harm's way with that play. And that was a close call.
Yeah, the defense is definitely on the ropes right now. You can see, comes down to one final hit. G2 pushing the offense forward. But I'm still worried because this is what we saw last game. And EnVy, all it takes is one massive clear, and you could punish all of G2 for being too aggressive.
We'll see if that happens. 1-goal game, back pass from Turbo to Mist. Mist up to Atomic. Atomic bounced it down, and JNaps was able to get a big clear. Rizzo wanted to pass that back down, but it's challenged. Atomic waiting, now taking over. Flicks upfield. JNaps stops it. Low boost for Turbo. Passes to Mist. Mist off the backboard to Atomic. Atomic tries to hit Mist midair. That would have been something else.
The pre-jump play, they're starting to get creative. If they're relying on pre-jumps and passes like that to work, you know the G2 defense is working well.
Turbo sets it up for Mist. This is a good pass. Mist out to the middle. What happened to Atomic?
I think I saw him in the other half pushing up, trying to get boost, go for a demo maybe in those final moments. That's something that would work out in G2. I'm confused too. That last pass just sort of crossed the net. Nobody was trying to receive it, and G2 run away with the win.
And it looked like it might have been a play where Atomic was going for a bumper demo like you're thinking, Turbo, or Turtle. And then Atomic waiting for the pass, or you saw it Mist. It looked like Mist wanted to go for the pass, and so the communication maybe not there.
Oh, and I wasn't even ready for the game to end. That's why I wasn't saying anything, because I was like, this ball, how did it dropped? I thought somebody from Team EnVy would be in the middle. And again, we're going to take a look at these goals. You see how close Mist is. There were so many shots. I'm telling you, Mist is just like 2% off on his striking. If he picks up slightly, he's going to start nailing these off the backboard, off the post. That's how close this man is to making this go to game 5. It's just missed shooting.
That one shot that went off the crossbar and that was inches away from going crossbar in. So Mist close, but not close enough. And now G2 Esports 1 game away from moving on in the playoffs to the semifinals.
Yeah.
EnVy have to dig deep to stay alive.
And you can see G2, they're looking for revenge. I believe in the first event, they lost to the Peeps in game 5 in quarterfinals, didn't make it to the semis. Now's their chances. That one narrowly misses, and Mist gets the save.
Mist hustling back. Rizzo, tap it over to JNap. Chicago up early. Atomic breaking up the play. That was very smart. First touch control from Mist. They'll rotate all the way back. Atomic clearing downfield. Now JNaps over out of reach of Chicago. Chicago. Now ball bounces out to Mist. Mist gets the shot, but Chicago saves it. Chicago was sprinting back, got back just in time.
Yeah.
And Mist shooting it right at him. It's a wide open net. Mist will knock this one in. No chance of saving that one.
Rotations for G2 breaking down ever so slightly. I mean, you can see Chicago try to get a hit here, assuming the third man back. It was JNaps who got the demo in the final second, but he was just too slow to rotate in, and that's all that boost you can see. Makes it so much slower when you're rotating. EnVy, all that pressure pays out, and it's Mist who's striking well. We need the accuracy from him to be on point in this game if they want to get game 5.
Atomic, 50 that off the ceiling. Back to Mist. Mist trying to weave his way around defenders, but Rizzo having nothing of it. Chicago will have a passing opportunity. Gets it to JNap. JNap's shot will be blocked by Turbo. Above G2's net, Chicago going for a pass to JNaps, popping it back up to Chicago. Mist will break up that play. Mist sniffed that one out early. Oh, but a miss from Atomic. Turbo getting challenged. Ball kicks out to Mist. Mist shot will be saved by Chicago. We're seeing more and more pressure come out from EnVy. They're going on these long attacks.
Yeah. Well, it's got me wondering, when is G2 going to flip the switch and go for those physical plays? Chicago's been saying a lot in his interviews that he's trying to be a little bit more aggressive, go for some demos. We haven't seen too much of that so far from G2 because they don't really need it. Their offense has been pretty solid. They've been holding pressure, but now as EnVy start to get warmed up here, you can see they're starving them out more, and demos are needed for G2 to relieve that pressure.
Rizzo went for one on Atomic, but Atomic dodged it nicely. JNaps couldn't get the double. Chicago helps out. Rizzo coming in for the 50. Turbo gets it back over to G2's half, and then another 50 will come in. Atomic winning this over G2's net. G2 scrambling. Mist has Turbo in the middle. Turbo getting bumped by JNaps, forcing Atomic to come in. But a big 50 win. Chicago will have this kick back out to JNaps. JNaps, first touch control, trying to take it up the wall. He has been taking challenge after challenge. G2 getting some space. Oh, Chicago had to use a lot of boost for that touch. And now G2 gonna find themselves back in their own half again. Chicago air dribbling it out.
And they can barely even get it past the midfield line, even if they're winning challenges. You mentioned it yourself, JNaps. We've seen him win a couple of 50s in a row, but somebody from EnVy's playing that shadow defense, has somebody behind the 50, and it makes it actually easier if the other team wins the 50, just to go forward, pop it up, and have a nice follow-up shot. And G2, they're still struggling to get past the midfield line. Here we go. This could be some pressure.
Panic from EnVy. Mist with another quality challenge. Mist defensively has been rock solid, and it is much required. This game 4 could be it for EnVy unless they hold on to this 1-goal lead. JNaps towards the backboard. Turbo will win it to the side and gets another big challenge win, kicking all the way back to G2's backboard, rolling up. JNaps going for an air dribble. Challenged by Atomic.
Oh, and you can see even Mist is behind. That's what I'm talking about. You win a 50 and somebody's behind on Team EnVy to get that clear. Now the demo for Mist. It's wide open off the crossbar. Oh my goodness. G2 still have a chance. 35 seconds.
And that was a close call. The demo was there. The ball hit a bit too hard. Couldn't take advantage of it. Turbo popping high. JNaps sets it down for Chicago, who booms it upfield. Atomic will drop it down. Chicago is going to be able to dribble it. The flick, crossbar down. Chicago punishes Atomic for this touch.
Oh, and all that space. Look at Mist in the backfield. He is so confused on where to go because he just got demoed. Chicago realized all that space was created from a single demo, slowed it down, got the flick, and G2 tied this up. 14 seconds left. A good kickoff, and they could end it here, or EnVy as well. What a game, and what a way to tie it up.
Oh, Atomic gonna want that one back. Dropped it right down for Chicago, who had all that real estate. Game not over yet. Finally, it touches the ground, and we're going to overtime. G2, 1 goal away from moving on to the semifinals. EnVy looking to force game 5. Chicago in the corner now. Rizzo helping out. He'll dribble this up the wall, tapping it high above Turbo. Missed to his own corner. JNaps across to Rizzo. Rizzo now off the ceiling. Atomic to the corner. The pressure from G2 mounting, but now Mist.
Rizzo's alone.
Breaking out. Good 50 from Mist. Now to the corner, picks up full boost, passes off the backboard, and that's shut down by Chicago. But Atomic passes it up.
Chicago there to get back in time. That's what I like to see. Worried about the G2 defense. And if they're going to get caught off guard again in this overtime. If they push up too far, that's what you need to worry about if you're on G2.
We've seen G2 overextend a bit. We saw those shots from Atomic that punished them. EnVy could use that from Atomic right now. Tournament life on the line. Atomic
pass
towards net.
Missed.
Chicago will break it. Rizzo got the demo on Turbo, so Chicago gonna be able to pass this off the backboard. Turbo can't get it to JNaps. This one skips off Atomic and Mist. We'll get a booming clear. Can Atomic read this off the backboard? He does! Atomic will win it for EnVy, and we're going to game 5.
Oh my goodness, he had to pre-jump this pass. He got up and he actually took a ball cam off to see where it was gonna bounce off the backboard. Atomic, you madman. That is one of the best ways you can end in overtime. A pre-jump off that prediction, bouncing off the backboard. Oh my goodness. I wanted to see better shooting from Team EnVy, and they completely answered.
That was an exciting finish to game 4. Atomic, he says, I'm just going to jump early. We'll figure out the read later. And he read it perfectly. He was able to get up early, dodge any bumps, dodge any demo attempts, get that height, line up the shot,
Yeah.
and spike it down. That was a beautiful play from Atomic.
And that was coming right off of a G2 counterattack. You saw G2 had got the demo. There was some pressure forced onto the Team EnVy's defense. And with huge monster clears from Team EnVy, that is how they're punishing G2. Because if they can't get that goal, G2 pushes everybody forward. They can't get that one goal, or they can't get Team EnVy in an awkward situation. All it takes, like I said, one huge clear, somebody like Atomic is going to become a madman. Earlier, Mist had the opportunities, and his shooting was a little bit off. Now Atomic, he's starting to pop off, and he's finishing those shots. The pre-jump play. This is one of my favorite games so far that we've seen all day.
And then, it makes so much sense that it's Atomic who's going to step up and make that play. He had made that mistake earlier where he dropped it down for Chicago to allow that tying goal to take place to happen in the first place, and then to make that play makes up for it 100%, because now you're going into game 5 with that extra bit of momentum coming off a situation where, it's a goal you win, a goal you lose, and your tournament's over. And now they get that win in stunning fashion off a great play.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to the decider here on Champions Field.
And the question is, are we going to see that physical play from G2? That's what got them that goal to send them into OT. They didn't really utilize it too much in that overtime, but we're in game 5. All strategies previously that were in effect might be thrown out the window. We'll see completely different teams. Who knows? Those booming clears from EnVy, the passing plays from G2, I expect all of it.
Chicago has this one bounced down. Rizzo off the ceiling, trying to burn up some time, let his teammates get boost. Chicago rotating in. Ball pinches out to the midfield. Rizzo back to the EnVy corner. His first 30 seconds, the ball's been stuck in the EnVy corner. Now to the other one. J-Naps across the field. Just been back and forth.
Yeah, and I'm paying attention to Rizzo right now. Rizzo literally rotated between the EnVy's corners like 3 or 4 times, taking the boost, keeping the pressure on. And it doesn't even matter. He doesn't need to worry about rotating back because his teammates got him covered.
Atomic, late flips. Oh, he threads this needle top corner. Atomic having a stellar series. What a shot.
And it started with that fake from Mist. You can see him on the wall. Mist didn't even go for the challenge. He just forced somebody on G2, whoever was approaching that ball, to panic a bit. And it just dropped down for Atomic to pop off. His shooting has been phenomenal. All you got to do is just set it up.
And I couldn't tell. It looks like he also got bumped into a dunk. It was tough to tell from that one replay. But he gets bumped, and I wonder if that was what put it in. I have to take another look at that one.
Oh, you got to watch out for Atomic right now. He's on
feeling
fire.
it. Yeah, that shot, the delayed flip, lining it up perfectly.
Yeah. And the OT goal. Now, Turbo maybe a chance to get a double tap here. If he's going for double taps, EnVy are looking scary.
EnVy, they've looked shaky at times, but they've managed to find their footing when it counts. Getting all the way to game 5. And now this early lead, can they hold on? Chicago bites early. That save will prevent the second goal from going in for EnVy, but EnVy has been good at catching G2 out. And now Turbo with a huge challenge off the post, and that one gonna be saved to the side, but another chance for EnVy as they have been knocking on the door, hoping to get that second goal.
Yeah, and everything started for Turbo reading the pass in the midfield as the third man from G2 pushed up to try and get it. Turbo just beat him out, but unfortunately, it was just the accuracy with that interception wasn't there, but you still stopped the offense at G2. That counts for something.
Atomic going for the center, gave up the ball. Rebound out to J-Naps. J-Naps tried to find Chicago. And it was well done. I think it was Mist that got a piece of it. Chicago was ready to put that one in, and it was a double commit. No one left back, but Mist got enough of it to break up the play. Mist called off Atomic to get that save. Now ball out to the middle. Demo from Rizzo. Shot from J-Naps. No, it's a pass. Chicago going for this shot, and that is the creative passing you expect from G2, but still came up empty-handed.
Yeah, now it feels like G2 have been struggling with what Team EnVy were previously struggling with in the series, was just that final shot. Chicago should have put that one in. That's one, especially in Game 5, you need to put down. And Chicago, again, he tried to pre-jump the hit from JNaps and misread the play. Now getting this one out to Rizzo, but Turbo, of course, has the interception.
Turbo, another big 50. Slowing down the play. JNaps to the side. Rizzo waiting. Rizzo, flip reset. Goes for the bump on Miss. Miss gets tangled up. Now Miss booming it downfield. G2's had so much pressure this game. But EnVy has bent but not broken. And their defense still holding up to this test as we approach the final minute. 1-0 in favor of EnVy. JNaps in the corner, pokes it around. Atomic. Turbo hit it up to the midfield. Rizzo to the other side. Demo from JNaps on Miss in the corner. Chicago trying to get the ball fed to the middle, but Atomic and Turbo work together to get this ball cleared all the way out.
Something's got to break for the defense of EnVy. I mean, G2, a lot of pressure, but now all these clears coming out, so I'm concerned. G2, they have to figure out something. The demos aren't working. The passes aren't connecting. You don't have the final shot. What is the missing piece?
Chicago, pass to JNaps. The save from Miss. JNaps trying to hit it out. Rizzo to Chicago. JNaps slow on the rotation. Final 10 seconds. EnVy holding on for dear life.
They need a counterattack.
This one bounces straight down. Atomic keeps it up, and it finally hits the ground. EnVy in Game 5 win the series. And Turtle, it seemed like G2 had the upper hand, but Atomic stepped up and answered the call for EnVy.
Yeah, we had mentioned missed multiple times, and we always say, when is Atomic going to show up? We know he's capable of so much, and in this series, he gets them and catapults them into the semifinals. We forced a Game 5, all because of that man, Atomic, with a nutty prediction. I'm still thinking about the last game where he was able to read that clear. That was an outstanding play, and I think that was the highlight moment for EnVy to win this series. You come out in Game 5 as Atomic, and you clutch it out with your shooting again. And G2, there were so many chances. Like you said, they had a lot of the advantage in terms of pressure, and we were just waiting for that final shot of Chicago where he just misread it maybe once or twice, and that was the difference here in Game 5.
And you're right, that was the difference. A lot of times these series can come down to those single opportunities that make you or break you. And you know what? It made EnVy, Atomic especially, that shot, the only goal of the game. Such finesse, air control, mechanical ability. Atomic showing us what he's made of, and EnVy will get the win in 5 games. They're moving on to the semifinals. And we've got our last round of 8 matchup to find out who's going to play G2 in that semifinal coming up after the break.